Hey guys, this is Chris here, and I just wanted to welcome you to the Christian Unite web platform that we're building for Christians across the country. I'm here with my son, Sean. Say hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. Hi, people.
Sorry. So I just kind of wanted to walk you through it, and so you can get a better idea of actually what we're trying to do. Now, what you're looking at right now is a web prototype. It's not actually built yet, so a lot of the functionality is not there because these are just images that are linked together that give you an idea of what the platform is going to look like. Okay, what you're seeing right here is like this home page banner where we're going to advertise like the big conferences, and so what's cool about this platform is we're doing pretty much event marketing or event evangelism. And we're able to reach out to people in ways that we weren't able to do it before, and able to capture, the lost, unsaved people in ways that we weren't able to do it before by actually providing for their needs and the means of different type of family events or different events for different demographics. So what you're seeing here, Sean, this is a conference that we want to do every year called the Kingdom Leaders Conference. So it's basically, we create a leadership training institute, and then every year we just bring everybody together and we go over like world agenda, what's going on in the Christian community around the world and around the country. So this hasn't been launched yet, but this is kind of part of the mock-up to show you what we want to do. So, if you want to click here and register for the conference, it's going to, I believe, prompt you to log in. So currently we're giving people the ability to log in with Facebook, Google, Twitter, and LinkedIn because we figure somebody's probably going to be already logged into one of those platforms. So, or you can get help with your login. So we have like a little help area if you need help logging in. If you forgot your email, just put in your phone number here. Submit, go back home. But you guys aren't interested in that. You guys are more interested in kind of what's going on with this platform. So once you log in, create yourself an account. Yeah. What do you think about that, Sean?
It's kind of cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
What I like about it is if you forgot something, you can fix it.
You forgot something, you can fix it?
No, if you forgot something, you can put it in. Or if you make a mistake, you can fix it.
Oh, yeah? Cool. Here you can click here and add your picture. What do you think about that?
Cool.
Yeah. So this is going to be the image library, right? Where we have all the images here where any member can store images here in the cloud, and they could use that. So on the profile page, you could actually make your own backgrounds and you can make your own banners. So you control yourself. So you can basically store all your banners and backgrounds here as well. So let's say I want to select this image here. Well, my image will show up here, and then I could kind of fill out my name. I could fill out my location here, my headline, and I can add a background image here as well. So I click here, add a background image. And the next thing I want to add is my bio, which is a little info about myself. Select my interests, and the reason why I want to select my interests is so that people can find me, based on like what I'm interested in. So you see a whole bunch of keywords here called fishing, but in the live site, it's going to be like pretty much anything you're interested in. And then when people go into the community area, they can make friends. So like for me, at least, it's hard to make Christian friends because I don't know, most Christian friends are usually really busy doing very important things, or a lot of friends, secular friends, are out there in the world, and it's really tempting to go hang out with your secular friends because maybe you don't have enough Christian friends. Well, here you can actually put in your interests, and then you can search people for who like fishing. I personally like fishing, so that's why that's like the dummy keyword that's there. But somebody else might like going shopping at the mall, and they might want to have a friend to go shopping with. Or they what do you like to do, Sean?
I like to play sports.
You like play sport? Like what kind of sports?
Like basketball, golf, and soccer.
All right, so here you can type in basketball, golf, and soccer right here, And then you can make friends who like basketball, golf, and soccer as well, and then they could like hang out with you. The other thing you want to do is create hobbies as well. So, or you can create any hobbies that you like. You have any hobbies? You said don't you like to cook?
Yes, I do.
All right. So what if you can invite some friends over who like cooking too? Well, they have to find you by your hobby. So you can create a hobby here, and then if you're like really passionate about something, you can put in your cause. Right, and so right here you can talk about I want to help kids with after school care and their homework, and then you can describe your whole cause here of how you're going to help them, and now people can reach out to you who have similar causes, and you can start building a team and get people together to work on that cause here. So all this is managed on the sidebar. So this is the bio page. You have the interest page, which you just click here and just kind of scrolls down. You have also your hobbies, cause, and the other thing that's really cool is now you can get a team together to pray with you called My Prayer Team. So if you click there, you have all these people here that you can pray. They all kind of look the same as of right now.
Yeah, is that my dad?
And, you know, they all kind of have the same name, and they all kind of attended the same thing. But just to give you an idea, because this was really, you know, just a mock-up. It's not actual code yet. We still need help from you guys to kind of turn this into a working website. But right now you can see, like, okay, how do I know this person? Like, how did I basically run into them last? You know, like this person attended Miami Toddler Playdates, which is a group. And so when you go through your prayer team, you can kind of get an idea of where do you know the guy from, or the girl, or the kids, or whoever wants to be on there. And a couple things you can do. Like, let's say you want to invite them, call them, message them. And the cool thing about this platform, there's no gimmicks. Like, we don't just like content or share content or poke people like they do on other platforms. I'm not mentioning any names, but there's no gimmicks because I believe that the current social platforms are like antisocial. You know, they're making an excuse for people not to connect with each other. Not only that, but they're secular. So, you know, it's hard to get your Christian community together and actually really get together, not just like poking, liking, and sharing other people's content, but actually, you know, talking to each other, actually meeting up and hanging out and going to events together.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do here. So click here and I can invite this person to do something. And so it's not just, you know, inviting them to an event. Well, I can invite them to join a hangout. Well, yeah. What's a hangout?
When people get together and have some fun.
And have some fun. That's a pretty good definition. It's kind of like, let's say I want to get together with some people. Like personally, I like to be with people. You know, I'm not really a loner type of guy. Like if I'm gonna go shopping, I'll probably call somebody up and say, hey, you want to go shopping with me? Or if I want to like, if I want to take the kids out for ice cream, I'll call up another friend that has kids and be like, hey, you want to bring your kids and we all go out together, you know, for ice cream. And so that's a hangout. It's not an official event, so I don't have to sit there and write a whole itinerary. I don't have to put like event, start time, end time. But I can like invite anybody to join a hangout, and then that person can share that hangout with somebody else. You know, and eventually, you know, who knows how many people can show up, you know, and hang out too. So here in this invite window, I can invite somebody to join the hangout. I can invite them to join a group. I can invite them to watch a show, which I'm going to show you later. And I can invite them to attend an event, to join a ministry. I can invite them to volunteer, or just invite them to join my prayer team so that I have their contact info on record, so that, you know, we can pray on things. And cool thing about prayer teams, like you find really strong Christian warriors that you want to, like, you know, be connected with and pray with. You can just add them here, and they'll be part of this area, this prayer team area. And then what happens is when people make like recent prayer requests, like they put like a prayer, like these are just like mock prayer requests. Like, you know, for example, these aren't like real prayer requests, but this just shows you what it could be. It says, you know, Lord, please deliver me from my emotional and physical dependence on my abusive adopted family and all substances that have been prescribed to me that I never want to take in the first place. If you hover over that, you know, most of these like ministry sites, if you hover over prayer requests, you click I'll pray for this, and depending on how many people will click, you know, the person knows how many people are praying for them. Here's a little bit different. If you want to pray for somebody, we highly encourage that you pray with them, so that person can feel encouraged through that prayer, and that connection can be a little stronger. So if you hover over a prayer request, you have two options. You can actually call the person, or you can send them a message.
Yeah.
What's cool, if you click call, that person will show up in the sidebar, right? And you'll start calling him. So this platform is going to have actual like online calling features here. And let's say you want to add somebody else to a phone call.
Okay.
You click here and somebody else shows up.
Yeah.
Well, there's an extra step there we have to design as well, but this is just to give you a visual representation of what you're going to see. But you can pretty much add as many people as you want to this group call as you want here. And then click here to end. But even in this cool sidebar here, you can click on any of these call widgets and call any of your friends. What do you think about that, Sean?
That's cool.
Cool. You can add, let's say you want to add a file. Let's say you want to share a picture with somebody. You can do either share a picture, add a file. You can send them a text message. You can adjust your microphone speaker settings here as well. So this is the inbox, what you're seeing here. So all your messages are going to be here, your sent messages, your spam folder, trash folder, whatnot, and you just kind of, send messages to people, keep track of all your messages, and, keep track of, like, any Christian in your organization that you want to stay in touch with, right?
Yeah, right.
Sean, you got any questions? I know you got a lot of great ideas. So Sean is like, for those of you that don't know, Sean is like a very sharp guy. How old are you, Sean?
6.
6 years old? Very sharp guy. This guy will look at anything and tell you what needs to be improved. What do you think we should add to this?
I don't know to add. I think it should have like something like a little like more like stuff, but I don't know yet. What about you? Could try to help me find some stuff to add.
Well, I know what Sean is interested in. Sean is interested in events, right? What kind of events do you like?
Kid events.
Like kid events? All right. So where would you go to find an event, Sean?
Well, like...
There's a search bar. Look, there's a search bar right here.
Okay.
Right? And you could type in a keyword. What kind of events do you like?
Kid events.
Kid events. Well, you don't have to type kid events. You can just click here and select the drop down here, and then scroll all the way down, and you see, look, see right here, Sean? It says kids and family, right? Okay. So if you click on that, right, you can just enter your zip code. For us, it's 33186 because we're in sunny Miami, and you select a radius, whether it's a mile, 5 miles, 10 miles. I like stuff to be around the house, so I just select a mile here and find events. And then every event you see here, now this is a mock-up, so you're not going to see actual kid events, but just to give you an idea of what it's supposed to look like, every event you see here is going to be for kids. Cool? So you see the date, you see the time, you see the day of the week, you have like a little picture, and if you click RSVP, a little pop-up window shows up and it says, we're going to reserve your spot, right? Okay. And then you want to leave a little comment. It says, tell us why you're looking forward to this event. So why are you looking forward to kids' events?
Because it's kind of like kid stuff. Kid
stuff? Don't you like to meet kids and play?
Yeah.
So you put like, I really looking forward to playing with other kids. And you just type that in here and click confirm. Right? And so everybody who's RSVP'd to that event, if you click here, this is the event page, by the way, but if you click here on the attendee list, you're going to see everybody, hopefully a lot more different people than what you see now, depending on how many of you guys, actually support us and help us moving forward. But you're going to see like their little comment, like, been looking forward to this event for some time now. Thanks for the invite. Right. And then anybody that's showing up to the event, you can view their profile, you can send them a message. You can even sort this sort bar here by the last person that's contacted you, the last person that's logged in. Different features that we're going to put in the sort bar, right? Or you can click here and you can actually search through all the attendees. Let's say you got an event that's got 20,000 people showing up for a big event. You can do a search and you can find out if maybe one of your friends is going or not here. And so let's go back to the event info here, right? And you can see the name of the ministry that's holding the event, the date, time, the venue, location. Even if you click on here, you're going to get GPS directions here for any event. Cool?
Cool.
Cool. What else do you want to see on the events?
Like, learning about, more about Jesus.
You want to learn about Jesus?
Yeah.
How many different ways can you learn about Jesus?
By going to church, asking people if they know about Jesus, telling people.
Let me ask you a question, Sean.
About
What
Jesus.
happens if your neighbor doesn't want to go to church? How does he learn about Jesus?
By somebody that knows about Jesus.
But what if he doesn't open the door to people that know about Jesus? What if he doesn't like to open the door to people and he doesn't want to go to church? How does he learn about Jesus?
By the family that knows that one of their family members they know about Jesus.
Yeah, well, what if none of their family members know about Jesus?
One of their family members have a little walk, if they go to a little walk, and they have to learn about Jesus by asking a friend if they know about Jesus to ask.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that same guy that doesn't want to open his door to learn about Jesus and doesn't want to go to church, you think he likes to eat breakfast?
No.
No? You think he doesn't like to eat pancakes?
He would like to eat pancakes.
Okay, and waffles and coffee? What if you can invite him to a breakfast instead? All right? What if the same guy who doesn't want to open his door, right, you can invite him to do arts and crafts? What if the guy likes to read books? What if the guy's a businessman and you can invite him to a business meeting? What if the guy just likes to party and you can invite him to a Christian party? What if the guy is big into the community, right, and you can invite him to a community event? I can go on forever. What if the guy likes movies and you invite him to watch a movie, and then 4 other guys to go watch a movie, they're Christian people, and they teach him about Jesus? Right? What if you invite the guy out, let me see here. What if you invite the guy to Zumba class, right, to do exercise, right, and he likes, exercise? Then you can invite him and a couple other people, and he can learn about Jesus there. What if, and I could go on, stop me whenever you think I've said enough. What if I can invite him to do an outdoor activity? What if he has kids and he wants to go camping, but he doesn't have anybody to go camping with? And I say, hey, you want to go camping?
Yeah.
Do you think he can learn about Jesus there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cool, right? So what this really is event marketing for Christian evangelism. So we can tell people about Jesus in new ways. Not only that, but people that already know about Jesus, they can stay connected to the body of Christ. That's why it's called Christian Unite. We're uniting people together, so that we can fellowship more often, so that on Friday or Saturday night, when you feel like socializing, and the only options for you are a nightclub or a bar or a restaurant, you don't have to get tempted to go back into the world. You can stay connected to your Christian community by constantly having events that are going on. And, they're not all Bible studies. They're not all worship services. They're pretty much any type of need that people with families or kids or people who just like any type of, activity can get involved in and stay constantly connected to the body of Christ. So that's kind of what we're trying to do here with this platform here, and how we're trying to build the kingdom. Another cool feature of the event is helpers. Sean, you like to help out?
Yes.
What can you help out with?
Cooking.
Cooking? Cool. So if there's an event here, you click help out, right? And we wait for this pop-up window to show up. And it's, how would you like to help? Well, how can you help? And you select the help category. And you click here. And cooking is a skill, right?
Yeah.
So you clicked, I can offer my skills. And then it says, well, in this case, since it's a prototype, it's not really fully functional. So it says, what can you bring, right? And if you want to do skills, it says, what skill can you offer? And you could put, I can cook. Boom. Or you put, I can bring lasagna, if I cook from home. If you want to cook at home, you click, I can bring something. And it says, what can you bring? And I can say, I can bring lasagna. Click submit, and guess who shows up at the bottom as a helper? Well, obviously not Christopher Torres. It'd be Sean Torres. And he's going to say, he's bringing lasagna. right? But how do I know that this organizer? How do I know that the organizer is approving your offer to bring lasagna? Well, in the notifications up here, right? You're going to see. Give me a second here. You're going to see all these notifications. So if you organize an event, excuse me, let me go back here. Okay, so if you organize an event, right, you're going to see all your notifications show up here. And if somebody says, Sean Torres would like to bring lasagna to an event, you click here on the notification, right, and it shows up.
Okay.
Right? And right here, during all these notifications, you click to event updates, right, and then it's gonna say Sean Torres would like to bring lasagna to your event, men's breakfast, right, and then under here the actions, it's gonna say approve. Boom, you click approve. And all of a sudden, now Sean gets a notification and say, hey, event organizer such and such would love for you to bring lasagna. And now you get to show up on the event page, right? Under all the helpers here. So that's how you get there. You have any other questions, Sean?
No.
What about if you want to make a group?
Yeah.
Well, here you can go find the groups. Well, hopefully in the future we're gonna have a lot more groups for you to look at. But right now we have all these groups. They're all Miami total. So this is like just the mock-up to show you what it's supposed to look like. And this is kind of what a group page looks like. You get in here and you see this cool group here. And let's say the group admin doesn't have any more ideas for an event. What are you gonna do, Sean?
I don't know.
You know, you're gonna give him one of your ideas.
Kind of.
Yeah. What is your ideas?
My idea, is going to be listening to talking about Jesus in the church more often, but more talking about Jesus, like a lot more.
All right, so you would click here in this button here, suggest an event, right? And then it would have a pop-up here where you can put in whatever idea you have for that event and click submit. And then that person gets a notification saying what your event is about, and then you could help him make a new event. Right? Okay. But what if you want to hang out with everybody in this group and you don't have an official event, but you like the group Miami Toddler Playdates and you just want to hang out with and bring the kids and play games? What do? Well, you click start a hangout. And so you start a hangout here and it says, what do you suggest? And so you got to know what time you're going to hang out, what location you're going to hang out at, and what category your hangout's going to be. Because if you don't have any ideas, let's say some people want to hang out with their friends and they have no idea what they're going to do. So we have a whole category drop down for that. So you select the whole category. It could be recreational, it could be shopping, it could be kids, and you select it from the drop down menu, and then you select an activity under that category, and then you can add your own personal note. Say I want to hang out and do a play date. You know, and select the location, and you put like your house or your friend's house and click submit. Now that hangout is not going to go to one person. It's going to go to, in this case, 22,000 people are in this group. So imagine how quickly you can get people together, right? And hopefully those people will bring their friends that don't know about Jesus, right? So now you get the idea how this works.
Yeah, but one question: how are you gonna get to know your friends? You're gonna have a hangout with if you're gonna have a hangout with them. It's not gonna stay there, or it's gonna stay there. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like when you have to hang out, and your friend doesn't know about it. Or anybody doesn't know about it, and how are you gonna do this and try and make it like stay up on? Are you gonna make it? How are you gonna make it?
Okay, so you're asking, what if somebody doesn't know about the hangout? How are you gonna share the hangout with them so they know about it? Okay, that's a really good question. Well, first you got to go to their profile, right?
Okay.
And hopefully your friend is better looking than this guy.
This is me and this is my brother.
Yeah. All right. So, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is Sean right next to me, and this is his brother Evan. So, Sean is the older one, and Evan is the young one. Everybody says they're twins, but you know, they say they look like me, and I say I wish I could be that lucky to look like that. But so here's how you do it. You go to that person's page, right, and then you have two buttons here: invite me, and you have message me, right?
Okay.
So you click on invite me. Right? And if you're already part of that hangout, you click on join a hangout. So what you're really doing is you're inviting this person to join a hangout, and then you select the hangout here, right? And then you select the hangout and you send an invite. Now that person who's not part of the group and who's not part of your prayer team, they get an invitation to your hangout just by going to their page and inviting them. So that's what's cool about this platform. No gimmicks. Right? If you want to interact with somebody, you actually have to hang out with them or create an event or things of that nature. So this is a real social network to me. It's how do we get people to socialize for real, and how do we get people to socialize about Christian things? How do we get Christian people connected so that the body of Christ can be strengthened, so that we can bring more people in that don't know about Jesus? Right, and we can bring them into so many different things. And I was talking to a member of the church the other day, and they said that they have a group meetup, well, they call it small groups in their church, and they basically meet up to go shoot guns at the gun range.
Okay.
So anybody that likes to shoot guns, they bring them in and they go every month to shoot to the gun range to shoot their guns. Right.
Okay. Right.
So what happens if your friend or your neighbor that doesn't know about Jesus has a gun and he likes to shoot? You would tell him, hey, why don't you come to the gun range and we'll go shoot guns?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And he doesn't know that it's a Christian group. Right? But he doesn't know anything about Christians. Right? Other than whatever reasons are keeping him from going to church. But now he gets to see the real life of real Christian people with the real testimonies, right? And the way that the body of Christ really is. He gets to really see the love of Jesus.
Okay? But people, if you want to call the friends, you can call them right here.
Oh, that's another thing that Sean just pointed out. Every time you go to a member profile and the person's online, whether it's going to be in a platform, we're going to have several mobile apps. So one of the mobile apps is going to be like the basic core functions. Kind of like a Facebook app or a LinkedIn app. It's going to show you whether or not the person's online. If they're online and they go into the back of their settings and they put in their phone number and they allow incoming phone calls, then you're going to see a little icon here, like a little chat bubble with a phone in it. And so if you click that, you're going to basically start a phone call with them. Okay. Right? And you don't have to know that person's phone number. That person doesn't have to give you their phone number at all. They can just, be part of this thing. And there's going to be so many events going on that I think lonely people are going to be a thing of the past. People sitting at home with nothing to do, right, and having 1,000 different ways that they can backslide. That's going to be a thing of the past. Why? Because the body of Christ is going to have hundreds and hundreds of events and hangouts and activities for people to get involved in, right? And so loneliness, we're trying to get rid of that, right? By just making it available here, right? And so you're going to see that person's interest right here. You're going to see on the top, you're going to see their headline, right? For Minds, it's become the solution to the problem you're most passionate about. And the reason I say that is because I'm very passionate about people. I'm very passionate about families and kids, and I'm very passionate about people that are alone and people that have nothing to do. And the enemy attacks people out of loneliness and boredom. That's where sin can come in. That's where evil thoughts can come in. When you have nothing to do, when you feel like you're disconnected, when you feel like you're lonely, when you feel like you're unloved and nobody loves you, nobody cares about you, that's where people run to the bars. That's where people hang to the gangs, right? Because there's a lack of communities, there's a lack of family, and there's a lack of love that's missing. Not everybody has these two beautiful kids. right? Some people sit in an apartment all by themselves, and they go to work and they feel lonely, and they come home and they feel lonely. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to build family for people that don't have families, right? And we're trying to connect people that feel so disconnected, and we're not connecting them to the world. We're not connecting them to the club scene, to the nightclub scene, to the bar scene, to the drug scene. We're connecting them to the Christ scene, right?
Yeah.
Connecting them to Jesus, right? In a sense, we're uniting people, right, under Jesus, and that's what it's been. That's what we've been. Those are the instructions we've been given, to unite the body of Christ, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here, right? And so there's different ways you can get involved. So you click on the top here on Get Involved, right? And it's going to tell you what you've been doing so far in the left-hand bar, right? How many groups have you started?
60.
60 groups. How many groups are you a member of?
39.
93.
Oh, 93.
Didn't you take the SATs today?
Not the math.
Not the math part. Okay, so if people want to start a movement, if people want to get people together, get people involved in whatever God puts on their heart, they can get on here and then they can start a group. They don't necessarily have to wait for somebody in a leadership position to put them on stage. When God gives you a vision, you can come over here, you can start a group for that vision. If God gives you a ministry, you can come over here and get your ministry registered on the platform.
You could build a kingdom.
You can build the kingdom. Well, now that is actually the whole purpose of this whole thing. Now, the whole platform, as great as it is with community, socializing, getting friends together, the whole purpose of this platform is so that we can build the kingdom. And I mean physical buildings. I mean churches. I mean community centers. I mean ministries, left and right. I mean healing centers. I mean deliverance centers, right? And I'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute. Right, but all the different ways here. So it also shows you where you're volunteering, because a lot of these ministries have the ability to recruit volunteers directly off the platform, and the groups have ability to recruit helpers directly off the platform. It shows you how many events have you attended and how many events have you actually helped out. It shows you how many hangouts have you started. So it really does show your heart right here on this sidebar. It shows how you're reaching out to your friends, whether they're Christian or they're not, and you're starting hangouts and actually spending time with people, because a lot of people, they miss that. They think that we can go on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and we can use that as a replacement for actually spending time with people. And that's really the direction of socialism and technology right now. And we're trying to go against that, because I don't believe that's from God. I believe God will use that to connect people. I believe God will use that to reach out to people. But I don't believe that should be used as a replacement for real face-to-face socializing. Right. And so it also shows you how often have you supported the kingdom. And so under their Build the Kingdom, you can actually start a community center fund. You can actually support the administration costs of this website, because we do have admin costs. We need to hire more developers on the front end and on the back end. And we don't have any revenue streams. Everything is based on how often people support us with their donations and their gifts. Right. And also, there's a little viral strategy here so that we can spread the word of God even faster, right? In the sense where you can build a prayer team and reach out to your friends and family on Facebook, Instagram, Gmail, Google, Pinterest, Outlook, or, Twitter, wherever your friends are, wherever your family are, wherever your church members are, you can reach out to them and actually recruit them to your prayer team, right off of, on third-party platforms as well. Or if you just want to reach out to us on the platform itself, you can click here, search members, and it's going to take you to the community section of the site where you can actually find people, right? Hopefully, when you guys get here, you're going to find more people than just, this guy right here.
My dad.
All right? So, what's cool, you're going to see that person's headline, so you're going to know, roughly what this person is about. in 2 seconds. And you're also going to be able to send them a message, send them an invite if you want to, right, to join a hangout, join a group, watch a TV show. I'll get to that in a moment. Attend an event that maybe you're organizing or that you're attending. Join or follow a ministry or volunteer, or just join them and recruit them to your prayer team. All right, we have this really cool sidebar here that's a little bit more advanced, so you can kind of dig into people's hobbies, their location, whatever groups or interests they're in, or whatever profile type they have as well. All right,
Okay.
but you can come over here to community, and there's just a lot more things that you can get involved in. And this is really getting into goals that we have as a body of Christ. One of the major goals, the main thing that we're trying to focus on is building these community centers. The other thing that we're trying to focus on is kingdom growth. So new confessions of faith, new baptisms, new groups being built, right? Just growing the kingdom, like new healing centers, and you can see these things like growing, right? And we also going to be focused on a political agenda. All right, a lot of this stuff is stuff that we're going to build in the future because we haven't gotten there yet. But I'm going to show you a couple stuff that we've designed already. When I say we, I really mean me and my CTO. So we'd like your help to help us grow this team bigger. We need an Angular front-end developer, right, who knows how to write Angular, HTML5, CSS, JavaScript. We need probably some more user experience designers, and we might need some more database engineers as well. One thing that we already started working on is the mission trips, right? Sean, you know what a mission trip is?
Yeah, but the only mission trip is to go and feed children
Yep.
that have no food.
So, with your help, we can get more mission trips on this platform, so people that really want to get involved and they don't know how, or they got to take a whole bunch of extra steps to get involved in a mission trip, they can come here, click on community, click on mission trips, and they can see what's going on in the area. Now, this is a whole search engine. So if you want to, you can click on the mission trips tab, and you can click on any keyword and a category, and you can actually select your zip code and a radius, so you can find mission trips like around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right, in your city as well. So if you click on any of these mission trips, you can see like all the overview information, like how long is the trip, how much does it cost, where are we flying out to, what are the departure dates, a little bit about the mission trip. You have an itinerary, images, needs, travel info, contact, volunteer, because a lot of these mission trip organizers, they really need volunteers, and a lot of people want to volunteer. Yeah. And they may not have money to go on a mission trip, but they still want to get involved, so they can volunteer as well. And then you're going to see what mission is actually hosting the trip, and you can see like similar mission trips, missionaries, and things of that nature. Or you can follow this mission, so any updates or any messages they send out, you can receive that as well. The next thing I want to show you guys is kind of how do you find community centers. So we haven't built any centers yet because this is the infrastructure that we want to put behind these centers, but this is just to give you an overview of what the community center area is going to look like when we get to the point where we actually start building community centers. And why community centers? Why aren't we just building churches? Because I feel like the world is, well, the United States is filled with thousands and thousands of churches that have great worship, that have great care groups, great Bible studies, but we need to fill in more of the needs of the community. And so that's what the community centers are doing. They're really designed for fellowship, family, kids activities, filling in the needs of the community. And all of this community center activity is going to be managed on this platform. All right? What do you think of the community center, Sean?
It's kind of cool.
Kind of cool? What do you know there's going to be events for kids?
Yes.
What type of stuff do you like?
Well, kind of like coloring and activities and movies.
Like I'm gonna read. I'm gonna find this list that I have with all the events that we're gonna have at the community center. And while I do that, you can tell the people what do you want to do there.
Okay.
Tell them what you want to do at the community center.
Well, it's community center. I want to go like to children's classes and have some fun. And I hope we go to the park to have like a little bit of exercise, and we could have like fun activities, fun Jesus activities, like fun stuff, everything fun. And you can play you can play sometimes we could play games, sometimes they're not, I think they're gonna have games. I think sometimes they're gonna play like Four Corners,
Let me ask you, you like fishing?
Yes.
Okay, what if we had fishing trips, right? Like all the time, every month. I'm gonna read a list here that I wrote down as part of the original vision God gave me. You like camping?
Yes, I haven't been camping before, but I want to go camping.
You like making fires, cooking outside, tying ropes. Well, when I grew up with the Royal Rangers, and so some churches have it, some don't. But in this community center, we're going to do a lot of stuff with the Royal Rangers as well, and we basically want to fill up this schedule here. So if you see like here on events, we want to have this full of events, right? We want to have this completely full of events for this whole community center. All right. So events are going to look like this: bowling, kayaking, trips to the water park, field trips for kids, weekly meetings for worship, for prayer, for agenda in the community, evangelism, praying for the sick, food drives, toy drives, little leagues for kids, parents' night out where they come in, they drop off their kids, we give them free babysitting and let them go out, as a couple. We do arts and crafts with the kids, back to school bash, school supplies, bouncy house, face painting, hot dogs and chips. We want to have a Christian health retreats where we actually grab Christian members that are sick. We take them to healing centers where we just pray over them constantly, and we have medical supervision for them while we pray. Slumber parties. I mean, the list goes on and on. That was just one of the lists. I have another list here that shows you a little bit more things like Christian parties, decoration parties, things of that nature. So it's really like a place for families, right? The community center, we want to have things like a petting zoo for the kids.
Papa, what about if you know another community center they're gonna build and how you're gonna enter it into the Christian Unite website? If people don't know about it, and you're gonna try to put it in.
Well, you could search. I mean, there's a community center search feature right here. Let's go back. All right, this is a whole search engine. All right, and so what we want to do is we want to build one of these centers for every city across the country, right? And so you can click here and you have the search engine here, and you can find whatever center is closer to you. And obviously, as the support of the platform, the members grows, we want to build multiple centers for every city, so people don't have to drive too far as well. And we're going to have it so you can easily contact the management team. Hopefully, I don't have to manage every one of these centers here. We're going to easily have every single group that's registered under center, so a community center can register groups under it. Community centers are going to have classes. Community centers are going to be able to take photos, so people can have a mobile app. They can go to an event, they can take a bunch of photos and then upload it. All the photos are going to be automatically organized by category and by date here. You can click on any one of these categories and you can see all the pictures here as well.
Here's some kayaking photos, veggie photos, people eating.
Yeah. So these aren't actual community center pictures, but this is going to give you an idea of what we want to do at these community centers. We want to have a lot of events for kids, a lot of recreational events, a lot of outdoor grilling, a lot of barbecues and picnics to kind of make people feel like they're really connected to something really awesome. We're going to have counseling where people can come directly on the platform and they could schedule an appointment and apply here for counseling. There's going to be a library at the community centers. And right here on the website, people can come in. They could see like any books that are available. They can see how many books are available. They could request items. They can get a library card. There's a children's library, and so they can hold a book, and go pick it up at the library here in the center. They can basically go through the child care area. They can build a family profile for child care as well. I don't have a lot of time here. If I go through all the features, we'd be here forever, and they could support us, because we want to make it so every single event is free. Right, we don't want people to pay for anything, whether it costs us a lot of money or not. We don't want them to come in and feel like, well, if they don't have any money, they can't participate. So what they could do is either on the website or on the mobile app, they can come here, they can look up the community center, and they can look at the overhead costs, and they could look at any overhead here, where it's staff, office, lease, and they can click on the donate button. Right, and they could basically make any type of contribution, and they could see actually the budget, for any one of the overheads. So this is kind of the contact page, how they can contact us, get in touch with us as well, and that's about it for the community centers. Any questions, Sean?
No questions.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get to show you the TV area. We want to actually build in this platform. Some other famous platforms, I'm not gonna say any names, they have the ability to stream live on the platform. And I said, that would be cool if we can integrate this ability to do a live stream, right, and actually use it to create a whole network of Christian programming. And so a lot of your donations are going to go towards creating television shows for kids, for families, as well. So we want to, part of the vision is to have like Pixar quality, children's cartoons for kids. Because I feel like when you watch TV right now, a lot of those Christian values are being destroyed and the television shows that we watch on Nickelodeon, ABC, and I think it's our responsibility as Christians to start creating family programming, right? But I'm not going to be able to do it all on my own. So starting out, we're going to reach out to, one of the guys we want to reach out to is John Hagee, because I believe he's awesome at educating people about what's going on in politics. So that's one thing we want to do, but we also want to have a lot of kid program and family program as well. So not just, education and preaching and teaching, but a lot of stuff for kids. So the weekly schedule is going to be here. You see all the days of the week. You pretty much see all the hours of the day here, right? And you can follow any one of these shows here. You can go to the show page. You can see you can view their schedule. You can see the producers and staff. You can see the demographic that they appeal to. You can support the show, which means you can make donation towards that show, and you can see like some of the organizers. You can see there, more shows from the same category and things of that nature, right? And so eventually we actually want to start bringing some of the production in-house and making our own TV shows. But right now we're going to reach out to some of the TV shows we really like and kind of bringing them onto the platform so people can get notified, via the mobile app of when their show is coming up. And if they miss the show, they can go directly to the page and they can watch the show like a recorded version of the show, kind of like your DVR from like Comcast or Dish Network or something like that. So that's pretty much everything that we're trying to do. I know there's a lot more than that. We're trying to cover a lot in a very short time here as well. A lot of this stuff is future features that we haven't built yet, like nearby activity. That's just a GPS map that actually shows you what's going on around your area. The green icon shows you which events are going on around your area. The orange icon shows you which groups are closest to your neighborhood, and the blue icon shows you which ministries are closest to your neighborhood. And you can kind of like skim through that. And if you click on these icons, this will take you back to a ministry search. And if you click here, it'll switch that up to groups, and this one will take you back to events. And in the sidebar, which is really cool, I'm on the People tab, right? And the People tab shows me like my prayer team, and even people that aren't part of my prayer team as well. I can configure that in settings. It shows me like which people are closest to me. So if I want to make friends, I can make friends that are like live in my neighborhood, make friends that live down the street, possibly even go to the same church that I go to. But the other thing I can do, and I could sort that by how often they log in, and I could sort that by how far they live from me. But another thing that I can do is really cool is I can click here and I could change that to events. And these events are going to be like the events that are starting the soonest. So maybe I haven't sat there and filled up my whole schedule, and I just want to know what's going on right now because Sean gets bored.
Okay.
Very often, right, Sean?
Yes.
And so Sean wants to go and do stuff. So if there's like, brick oven pizza night going on down the street, I want to know about it. And I want to know that it's going to be starting in 15 minutes or it's going to be starting in an hour. And I want to know that it's only a mile away so I can click on it and I can go, hang out and have some pizza. So what's cool about this is all the events for these community centers that we're going to be building in the very near future, they're all going to be right there in the sidebar. So people that are members of those centers, they're going to know what's going on all the time. And pretty much it. I mean, I know it's a big vision. It's a lot to take in, but this is what God gave me, and this is what God showed me is going to bring major revival, across the country and just spread the word about Jesus.
Okay, but you want to know who makes the bestest brick oven pizza? Cibola's dad.
Cibola's dad.
Cibola's dad.
Yeah, so we got to bring Cibola's dad to come in and make some brick oven pizza for us.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email. I'm going to give you my personal email address. It's ChristopherTorres17@gmail.com. Christopher Torres, the way that it's spelled here, ChristopherTorres, the number 1, the number 7@gmail.com. Or you can give me a call directly, 786-424-8475. You can talk to me or you can talk to this little guy here, Sean. Talk to me about my vision. Ask me any questions. Talk to me about what God has shown me. If you have any ideas that you'd like to suggest, right? Or if you want to support us in any way, give me a call, 786-424-8475, or send me an email message or send me a text. Until then, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching. Say goodbye, Sean.
Bye, people.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.